Hi everyone, welcome or indeed welcome back to the channel. If you are new, don't forget to hit subscribe because it is about time I went through my empties with you. Yes, it's pretty much that time again. My empties box is pretty much full, which means it is time to talk product empties. What things have I been using since my last empties video, and what have I made of the stuff that I have been using? I know when my empties box gets to this kind of level, then I have a decent amount of stuff to talk about without this turning into some kind of epic video. Even though most of my videos are quite on the long side anyway. Apologies, I am trying to make some short ones too. I promise, I promise. So let's jump straight into getting the repeat things out of the way, because every month I do have a couple of repeats. The first of which is this face wash from Simple. It's their Kind to Skin Refreshing Facial Wash Gel, and I really like this. I just keep picking it up, even though I have a couple of other cleansers on the go that are kind of similar to this in terms of them being a bit more of a traditional foaming kind of cleanser. I am trying to step away from using foaming cleansers because I know they're not very good for your skin, particularly if you've got oily skin like I have. But there's just something about using something foaming in the morning that I just can't seem to get away from. In the evening, it's fine. I just use a balm or an oil cleanser or something and I'm good. But in the morning, I am really struggling to find something that leaves my face feeling quite clean, because I use quite a lot of products overnight in the hope that it's going to do something amazing to my skin. And when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I just feel like I need to give my face a really good wash. So at the moment, I am really liking this, but if you guys have any recommendations that you think would fulfill the kind of morning cleanser that I'm looking for, please let me know. I just want to find something that isn't going to strip my skin completely, but it is going to give me that clean feeling, and as yet I just haven't found it. Next repeat product are these bath salts from Radox, and I absolutely love them. Do you know, I haven't actually bought anything from Lush in quite some time. I think the last time I bought a load of Lush stuff was Christmas, so I'm well overdue buying some stuff. I've got one bath bomb left, which I'm just kind of saving for some time. But do you know what? I haven't been missing having a Lush bath quite as much as I thought I would, because at the end of the day, it is really expensive, it is a luxury. As much as it is nice to have a treat every now and again, I don't really want to be spending a few pounds every time I have a bath. So this is where this product came into my life. I know that it's been around for such a long time now. I'm assuming you can get this in other areas around the world. I'd be really intrigued to find out if Radox is a known brand around the world. I don't know whether it's just a British one or not. Interesting. But I love this. I've said it so many times what I like about it, but just in case you've not seen an empties video of mine before, I love the fact that it makes the water slightly bubbly. It gives the water that lovely slippery feeling, which I personally quite like, because with slipperiness usually comes moisturisation, if you get what I mean. Do you know when you have like a dry bath, you've put maybe some bath foam in it or even bath salts, and it can just feel quite dry on the skin, and I like to be able to get out of the bath and feel as though my skin is moisturised, and that's definitely what this does, as well as smelling really relaxing and lovely too. So we'll definitely continue to buy this. I just can't seem to be without it at the moment. Whilst we're talking about bath stuff, I may as well talk about this empty next. This is from Dr. Salts, and it's their Therapeutic Solutions 100% Dead Sea Bath Salts. And this is the muscle therapy one with the eucalyptus. I think they do one which isn't quite so scented as this, because this is potent. But oh, is it nice. When I was just saying a second ago about how the Radox salts make your skin and the bath water a bit slippery, this is definitely more dry, so if you use it on its own, you're going to get more of that kind of dry skin bath feeling thing, if you even know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, but the smell of this is quite pungent, but I quite like it. It does make for a very relaxing bath, and it's nice to just sit and chill out for about 20 minutes and just let all of the Dead Sea wonder stuff do its magic, because I believe it's supposed to do amazing things to you. I can't honestly say whether I've noticed any of like the detoxification or rebalancing of the skin and all that kind of stuff, but it does make for a pleasant bath. And I originally picked this up because I was picking up my old faithful Radox bath salts in Superdrug, and I noticed that these were on offer. I think they had a third off, and I thought, ooh, I've not tried these, let's give them a go. And I really liked them to the point that I have actually bought a backup. Oh, I just love that smell. It's kind of on the edge of it being spa-like and almost medicinal in terms of like Vicks Vapor Rub, that kind of territory. But there's just something about it that's actually quite comforting and nice in a bath. In terms of how to use it, it says to add 2 handfuls of salt to a warm bath, or for concentrated use, for detoxification, or in cases of extremely dry skin or aching joints, you use half the contents of the pack and then soak for 20 minutes. And there's 1 kilogram in here. I definitely used more than a couple of handfuls. I probably used maybe a third of a pack each time. That seemed to feel like quite a nice amount. So really liked this. I don't think I would bother with the unscented version because that seems a bit pointless in a way. I want to be able to smell something, but I don't know, maybe I will give that one a go at some point. We may as well stick to the territory of bath and shower stuff because I have a little collection here of shower gels. The first one I want to talk about is this one from Maddi Alexander, and this is the Serene body wash, and I picked this up in a Latest in Beauty box, I think. And I have had a kind of back and forth relationship with this stuff. I mentioned it in Best and Worst of Beauty a little while ago because I was so excited to try this because the smell of it is right up my street. It's a really soft geranium scent. I think there's supposed to be lavender in there too, but that's much more undetectable. The thing that you really get a sense of is the geranium, and I really like geranium as a scent. It's quite a thin body wash, so you can't really use it in the shower because it just disappears before you've had a chance to do much with it, unless of course you turn the shower off or just move out the way of it if you can. But this really came into its own using it in the bath. It's got a really slippery, almost oily quality to it, which I actually ended up really enjoying. So I kind of went from being really excited about this to being disappointed back to being quite excited again. Would I pick up the full size of this? Because I seem to remember it was around £20 and I can't remember how much you get for that £20. So it does make it a bit on the pricey side for a body wash, but I definitely did end up enjoying it in the right situation in the bath. And because it's got that kind of relaxing scent, I think using it in the bath probably makes more sense anyway. So I probably would pick this one up again actually, whereas when I talked about it in Best and Worst of Beauty I was definitely quite disappointed by it, but it has absolutely grown on me having used it in the bath instead of the shower. So I think I probably would consider getting this one again. Next up we have this shower gel from Escentric Molecules, and this is in Escentric number 3. This was also from a Latest in Beauty box. This was a full-size shower gel from the brand that I was aware of that did the unisex scents in terms of like perfumes and aftershave, and the brand had been on my radar for a while, and it was one of those brands where I thought I would love to smell the perfumes that they make, but they are quite pricey. I'm not sure whether I'll ever end up shopping somewhere where they happen to be, and the idea just kind of went to the back of my head until I saw this available on Latest in Beauty a little while ago. So I thought, right, now is the time to try this and just see what one of the scents is like. Initially it did smell quite manly, but I did actually really quite enjoy using this, even though, to be fair, it was my husband that actually got the most use out of it, because I kind of got my Latest in Beauty box and I was like, here, I got this for you, because I kind of thought it smelt manly. And then when it was in the shower, I just thought, I'll just try a bit. I'll just try a bit more, and it kind of went from there. But to be fair, he did end up using most of this, and it is quite a nice formula and consistency shower gel as well, because I am quite fussy when it comes to the texture and the feel of a shower gel, but this one I certainly enjoyed using. I'm not sure I would personally pick this up myself, because I think if I remember rightly, this was £20 for 200ml, and we did seem to get through it really quickly, so not sure that I would personally part with my own money to get it again. But if someone gave it to me as a gift, I would be over the moon, and it has definitely reignited my interest in the brand and wanting to go and smell all of the scents that they've created, because they are supposed to kind of adapt to the individual because they're very simple and pared down fragrances. So excited to have used this. I'm probably going to reuse this bottle because it's just such a lovely bottle. But yeah, I'm not sure if I would part with my own money to pick this one up again, just purely because it didn't last very long. Next up I have this shower gel from Nuxe, and it's their Precious Scented Shower Oil, and there was 30 ml in here. This was from a Latest in Beauty box that I got recently, and I actually really enjoyed using this. It's a really nice consistency, it's quite thick but also quite slippery as well, so it gives you that nice moisturising feeling on the skin. It's a very beautiful looking product as well. It's kind of golden and flecked and really pretty, and the scent of it is actually quite nice too. And I've kind of gone back and forth with trying Nuxe products and not being quite sure about whether I've liked the scents or not, but the scent of this in a shower gel form was actually really nice. It's definitely got that kind of honey, sort of almost mead scent, if you've ever tried mead before. It's quite a difficult scent to describe, but that's what this smells like to me. It's like a sophisticated kind of honey floral scent. It's really pretty. So I actually really enjoyed using this in the end, and I would definitely consider picking up the full size. So the last shower gel I've got is this one from the Body Shop, and it's from their Pina Colada range, and I recently talked about this on the haul video where I picked it up. And yes, we've got through one already. It's not a good sign, is it? We both absolutely loved this. I love the fact that it's a really thick shower gel, so you feel like you don't need to use very much, even though you probably end up using too much, because the smell, it's so nice. Pina Colada is generally a lovely scent anyway, but the Body Shop just did something and just made this extra delicious. I know when I mentioned in my haul video that I felt that it smelled quite citrusy, when I'm smelling it now, it smells really pineapple-y. So I don't know what that's all about, but it's just a gorgeous, delicious scent. That's actually making my mouth water a little bit because it smells so much like pineapple. Absolutely gorgeous, would definitely repurchase this. Not only is it a beautiful scent, it's thick, it's just the kind of consistency that I like. Yes, we flew through it, maybe I got a little bit overexcited and used too much, but it was gorgeous. Next up I've got some skincare bits, and the first thing I wanted to mention is this sample here. I don't often include samples in my Empties videos because I get through so many. These Empties videos would be even longer than they are already. And can you really get a good idea of whether you like something based on a sample? So the ones that I do tend to include in an Empties video, I've generally been able to get a decent amount of use out of to know that I really, really like it. So it doesn't happen often, but when I do find something I really like, I just want to be able to let you guys know. And this is a little sample from Jason. Is that how you pronounce the brand? It probably isn't how you pronounce the brand because there are accents all over the place. So if someone could let me know in the comments how you pronounce this brand, that would be great. This is their Aloe Vera Moisturising Cream, and I really liked this. It's for deep, long-lasting moisturisation. I was a bit worried that maybe it was going to be a bit too heavy for my oily skin, but I liked it enough that I'm definitely going to be picking up the full size of this at some point. There's just something about aloe-based products that just make your skin feel really soothed and comfortable and just lovely. So I'll definitely be getting the full size of this. I absolutely loved it. Next up I have this product here from Alpha H, and it's their liquid gold with glycolic acid, and there's 50 ml in here. This is one of these quite concentrated products that you do need to build up a tolerance to, and you can kind of customize how deep you want to go with this acid, in terms of you can just put it on your face at night and leave it as it is and you'll have a more intensive treatment, or you can layer products on top just to kind of tone down the acidy nature of it. And I actually really like this. I do have another one of these in this size which I'm currently using, which I got in my Marks & Spencer's Beauty Advent Calendar from last Christmas. This one I think I originally picked up from Cult Beauty probably about 18 months ago because I'd heard so much hype about it, I just wanted to try it for myself. And my skin just seems to really like glycolic acid. If I'm having a breakout or something, it just seems to sort things out really quickly. So I've really enjoyed using this one, and I think my skin has too. The last two Empties I've got here have taken a while to become Empties. They've lasted quite a long time, but we're talking about stuff in the territory of holy grail stuff. So it is exciting. The first product is this lip balm from Nuxe, and it's their Reve de Miel lip balm, and I feel like this is one of these lip balms that everybody seems to know about, particularly in the beauty community. This was definitely a YouTube stroke beauty blogger made me buy it purchase, and I was crushingly disappointed when I first used it because I thought, it's so thick, it feels horrible, what is everyone going on about? I don't get it. Fast forward a few weeks and I started using it regularly. My lips started to feel softer. It felt like a treatment product, but also something that you could just pop on as and when you felt like it. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So much that when I found one in the sale a little while ago, I picked up another one and I kept this one in the lounge to put on if I was watching TV or something and felt like I needed something on my lips. The other one is in my bedroom and I put that on last thing at night, and I usually pop some on first thing in the morning before I put my makeup on. So this has definitely become one of these staple products that I just use all the time, and I'm really sad that it's actually come to the end. But wow, did this last a long time. I know technically I have two, so it might be a bit different if I just had the one on the go, but that was just more for convenience really, of not having to continually carry the same one around with me. Like I said, it is a very thick lip balm, which does take a while to get used to. At first I really didn't like it, but you don't have to use too much. You can just use a small amount and it coats the lips really nicely, and I think it just really nourishes and looks after them and really helps get some deep down moisture into your lips if they are feeling a bit damaged or anything, which since I have been using products like this regularly, my lips don't tend to be too damaged that often, which is really nice. But I would definitely get this again. Already have bought it anyway, but there's a part of me that's kind of like, there are other kind of luxury treatment lip balms out there, and I do have quite a few that I'd really like to try. I have the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask currently sat in my Sephora shopping basket, and I'm like, do I? Don't I? Do I? Don't I? I've heard it's supposed to be amazing. So I'm very tempted by that one. I'm also really tempted by the By Terry Balm de Rose, I think it is. I recently listened to an interview with the creator of By Terry, and she was talking about how they came up with that lip balm, and it was so interesting, and basically it's full of all this amazing stuff. It just made me want to try it even more. So I might see if I can track down a sample, because is that stuff pricey? But she was explaining there is a reason why it's so pricey, because basically something went wrong when they were trying to create something else. They put twice as many ingredients into something and then basically randomly, accidentally made this amazing lip product. So it's quite pricey, but apparently there's a good reason for it. So I really, really want to try it, but I'm like, do I want something that I think is kind of rose scented on the lips? Because as much as I like a rose scent, I'm not sure. So I know lots of you have been giving me recommendations for different lip products. Keep them coming, because I am still considering before I make a purchase, because as you probably know, I do love me a good lip balm. So absolutely loved this. Even though I started out crushingly disappointed, I ended up absolutely loving it, and I don't really want to be without it, but there are so many other things to try. So the last product I've got here is this one from L'Oreal, and it's their Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. I wear it in the shade 11, which is vanilla, and this is one of a couple of current Holy Grail foundations for me. It had been a while since I used this because I've been trying lots of new foundations at the moment. I've been putting the Ordinary stuff through its paces quite a lot, and as you probably know if you watched my update video on that foundation, it kind of got to the point where I was like, oh, I just need to try something else that I'm familiar with, that I know is going to look good all day, because I am an oily skinned girl and the Ordinary unfortunately goes really oily on me no matter what I do. So I thought, right, let's pick this up. It's pretty much empty, and oh my gosh, I put it on the other day and I looked at my face and I was like, my face looks amazing. And I don't know whether you ever do that, where like me, you have quite a few products and you maybe try something else for quite a while, and then you pick up an old favourite and then you fall in love with it again, and you just think, oh, this stuff is amazing, and it's so cheap. It's like £7.99 or something, and quite often you maybe get it on 3 for 2. I already have backups of this. I have several different shades, because sometimes during the year I do need to mix the shade below this as well, because this gets a little bit dark in the winter. But oh, I just love it. Who knew An amazing holy grail, fantastic for oily skin, gives you the most beautiful coverage foundation could exist, so blooming affordable. So delighted. If you've not tried this and you've got skin similar to me, you've got to give this a go. Honestly, it's amazing. You do need to make sure you prep your skin really well, so try not to use anything too mattifying, because in any areas of dryness it will amplify those areas. So I tend to use quite a heavy duty moisturiser underneath this, but what you end up with is the most beautiful, really glorious looking skin that as the day goes on and maybe your oils do start to come through a little bit, you're just ending up with the most beautifully natural looking skin finish, which kind of is quite believable. It's not overly makeup-y, I don't think, and I just love it. So give it a go if you haven't. I highly recommend it. So that is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what stuff you've been trying out and using up, because I always love to see what you guys have been using too. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, because it does really help support my channel. And if you are new and would like to subscribe to see more content like this from me in the future, I will pop a button just here so you can click it and get notified of new content as and when it gets uploaded. And if you've not seen my last video, I will pop a link to that one just up here so you can click it and check that one out too. Anyway, I hope you're all really well, and I will see you again soon. Bye!